What's up, guys? It's Nick with Team Rats. Hell yeah. So we're doing a little deck profile here. I know y'all saw me playing Infernoids the other day in that video we made, so here's the deck profile for you guys. So we play one Anuku, one Devyati, the two big boss monsters of the deck. Your Anuku's gonna be your Dark Hole, and your Devyati's gonna be your Heavy Storm. And which is good is because it only destroys your all back row minus the your Void card. So if you have your Void Banishment up or your Void Dream or anything like that, it won't destroy them. So that's your two boss monsters. And then continuing down the levels, I play 3 Atandel. He's your BLS of the deck. You destroy monsters in the graveyard, you can make an additional attack. The downfall with this guy is he's not really good against Cleese, because when you destroy one of their monsters, they're not reaching graveyard, they're reaching extra deck. Since they're reaching extra deck, your Atandel can't make a second attack. So it's kind of bad against Cleese, but I mean, it's kind of hard to get over at the same time. And then they all have the effect of attributing himself or another monster to banish something in your opponent's graveyard. So I played 2 level 7s, the Systemus. I did play it at 3, but I feel like 2 is a little bit more necessary because like it's a little bit more, not inconsistent, but like I kind of want to see less of him than I want to see more of the Atandel. And it's just a less of a big beater that I need to get rid of, because the idea that they both require 2 banished Infernoid monsters, and then the Devyati and the Anuku require 3, so it's like a big commitment to make them. And if they get solemned or anything, those monsters stay banished and he goes back to grave. So it's like kind of a big commitment to make them. So then I make I play the 3 Patrula, the MST of the deck. If you use it, of course, I mean, if you use his effect, you can't discard. These cards can't make the attack. That can't make an attack that turn. And they only require 1 banishment. So I play Patrula for the MST effect, the Harmatics for just destroying a monster on field, because it's just a good effect. A lot of people don't like Harmatic, but I kind of like it. It's alright. It helps make sure Dante plays. I mean, I wish I could get a Dante, but I'm waiting for that Megaton reprint, because you know money's hard to fucking get a hold of nowadays apparently. 2 Antras, because it's your compulse of the deck. You can compulse anything. The 2000 defense. I did play 3. But the same thing with this one, I wanted to see less of it than I did want to see more of it. I'm thinking about bumping it back up to 3, but right now at 2, it's actually doing pretty decent. I play 2 Pyramus, or however you pronounce his name, the level 1. He's the Night Beam, and what's good about him is he can target any set card. So if your opponent has a monster that's set, you can target it and it gets shuffled back into the deck. And it doesn't have to be a spell trap card in the spell trap card zone. It can be any card that's set, and that card can be activated in response. So that applies to the back row cards. But regardless, if you chain to it, I mean, unless you chain Breakthrough or something, it's gonna send that phase out monster back, which you can push in for your OTKs. If you can make it, of course. So for the Lightsworn engine, that's it on the Inferno monsters. I play 2 Raiden, 1 Lila, and then 1 Lumina. The Raiden is really good because it pushes your plays in main phase 1, because you summon Raiden and then you can activate the effect to nail 2. So it pushes your game state in main phase 1 instead of pushing your game state in the end phase of sending cards. So it's really good. Lila, because she just pops back row. She's a decent card, and it's good to go into the level 7 plays with the synchroing. And then Lumina, because she can get back your Raidens, or she can get back your Lumina. Because I play the charge, and usually what I do is like I'll do charge first, and if I send a Raiden or if I send a Lumina a Lila, if I don't send Lumina off the nil by luck, I'll search the Lumina and then I'll activate Reasoning if I have it. So that way, if they call 4, that's fine. I have the Lumina in hand, and the Raiden stays in grave. I can just summon the Lumina, sure, pitch an Inferno monster if I have it, and it's not really a minus. I'm losing a card in hand, but really with Infernoid, you don't want to have anything in hand, so it's okay. So that's it for the monsters. I believe it's I don't know the exact number, but it's I think it's 19 or 20 monsters. 3 Upstart, because Upstart's really good. I didn't play the Upstarts before, but I put them in because there's cards that I needed to take out, like a Book of Eclipse. I dropped it to 1. I took out Dark Hole and I took out a Systemus because of the idea that the Jin's gone. so I don't have to main those necessary Djinn outs. Book of Eclipse to make it face down since it's no longer face up. I can special summon Raigeki, Dark Hole to get rid of it. You know, stuff like that to get rid of the Djinn since the Djinn is gone. It's 3 cards that I don't need, so I can basically play a 37 card deck and plus 3 upstarts. So if upstart gets milled, it gets milled. It's something that I didn't need to see. So it's basically it's sure giving my opponent a free 1,000 and I draw a card, or just not even being able to see it because it gets nilled, and that's fine because even if I don't get my opponent that life points, I can still TK him. But it's just there because it's a free mill basically. 3 Reasoning, because Reasoning is your powerhouse card. This card literally runs the deck because it's just good. I mean, if they don't get it right, if your monster, your normal effect monster is at the bottom of your deck and you send all your Infernoid monsters, you're probably gonna win unless they have something to stop you, of course, but more than likely you're gonna win. It's really good since the idea that the Infernoid monsters can't be normal summoned. 1 monster gate just to push more cards in the graveyard because it's a good way to get your Raidens out or make your Luminous to make your level 7 plays or whatever. 2 charge, like I said, because it's at 2, so I want to max it out. 2 Cyclone, because it's a double MST. You hit it while it's set, and then you can banish it while it's in the graveyard. So it's just really good to use, and it's graveyard efficiency. You can use it cards in graveyard, so it's something you can use. It has 2 ways of using it. You know, in your hand, on the field, and then in graveyard. Same thing with double Void Seer. So Void Seer, same thing. It's a Forbidden Lance for the deck that it makes your card unaffected by everything for the end of that turn. It's unaffected by all card effects. And then the same turn, if something else would get destroyed, in the same turn, when it gets sent to the graveyard, you can chain it, banish it, and protect one of your Infernoid monsters from destruction. So it's really good. The 1 Burial, because there's times where you can just push for OTKs to put more monsters back in your graveyard or whatever. Book of Eclipse to like I said, it's a good way to get it was a good way for the Djinn out, but I like to use it to flip all my monsters face down. So now I no longer care. Now I no longer control effect monsters. So now I can push for the OTK and make more monsters because I no longer carry effect monsters on field, to where I can make more and just spam the field and attempt to go in for game. So that's why I play that. And then the 1 Raigeki for field clearance, so I can just get rid of my opponent's fields. The 2 Breakthrough Skills, because same thing, you can use it on field and you can use it in grave whenever you need it. And like Shaddolls are gonna make a big comeback. They really are. So the idea that Breakthrough Skill can be used in grave. So you're playing. I have 1 Breakthrough Skill set, but I have 1 in grave. You Danko me or something. You know. I mean, sure, I'm only playing the 3 traps because I played the Torrential Tribute. But the idea that I can banish the Breakthrough Skill from the grave and target your Danko or target your Winda. You know, because like I said, they're gonna make a big comeback. They really are. And this just stops their window, so you can keep going in and attempt to push for game and get rid of what the Rinda and get rid of what you need. And then the Torrential Tribute just for, again, more field clearance, because it's okay to banish 1, summon a little Inferno monster, Torrential Tribute, clear your opponent's field, and then proceed to make the bigger monsters, if you have them in grave, of course, to make your bigger monsters swarm your field and hopefully finish your opponent off. So that's the main deck. It's 40 cards onto the extra deck, and then I'll show you the side as well. So the Team Rats token, of course, and then I play Armades for the level 5s, because Armades is really good. I mean, you can't activate your battle traps, your Mirror Force, Deep Prisons, Fiendish Chains. I mean, of course you can Fiendish Chain on summon, but some people like to wait to the battle phase and whatnot instead of on summon. But it's just good. It stops fire and ice hands, because those cards are definitely going to see a big showing again. At least I think they will. A Goyo Guardian for level 6 plays, just to I guess take your opponent's monster. Sure, it sounds like a bad idea, but in the long run, sometimes against Shaddolls, you don't want to give them their Falco, you don't want to give them their window, you don't know, stuff like that. That's it for the level 6s. Level 7s, I play the Black Rose for field clearance, and then Archfiend because he's not an effect monster. So you can make him, the play I usually do is I send all my, if I can send everything to the graveyard. Make this with a Radiant Illumina or a Radiant or Hermetic or something. Make a Tondel, make Cystemus, and then if you have a monster in defense or anything, a Tondel, run it over, effective a Tondel to attack once again, then Cystemus, and then that's 28, 26, and 27. That's 81 exact. So it's your push for game if you can get it. Michael, because Michael's really good, and then he recycles your Lightsworn monsters if you can successfully get him destroyed, unless you chibit him for one of your Infernoid monster effects. But he's good just to get your Lightsworn monsters back in deck and to regain life points. And then Crimson Blazer, because there's gonna be you can make 8s, and there's gonna be times where if you're playing against Shaddolls, this will be really good because you don't want them to push and make their constructs, make their windows, because you don't want them to make level 5s because it stops level 5s or higher monsters. That's it for the Synchro monsters. And then for the XZ monsters, I play a Felgrand because he's really good. Felgrand is I guess he's a good way to get your 8s off field if you have 2 Tondel, so you can make your 3rd one and make another one, and he just happens to be the same attack and everything. You detach, make himself unaffected by all card effects and his effects negated or anything else, so it stops certain plays. 107. I think I honestly don't know why I play him. I think for the attack for 1, and I believe he gains a power boost depending on all the levels or ranks on the field. Or no, he gains 1,000 attack, and he can make a second attack during each battle phase. So basically, he's your out to towers. That's another out to towers that you can play. Because I forgot to mention that your Nuku's your out to towers, and whatnot. So it's an out to towers because he becomes, when it enters battle phase, he gains 1,000. So instead of he'll be at 25 of course, but he'll go up to 35 because he gains 1,000 boosts, and then you just run over the towers, and then you get to attack again, and now that towers is gone, he'll be back up to 4. So like it can help push for game. For level 7s, Big Eye, Draco Sack, they're really good 7s. I only play 2 7s now, but I mean I still have my Synchro 7s, which I play a lot of. They can help push for game as well. Even though if you use Big Eye effect, you can't attack with him. But Draco Sack is pretty good. Just using the tokens to destroy shit. The Exciton Knight for field clearance, if I have level 4s or whatever, it's just there if you need to make it. And same thing with Castell. This because Cleese are gonna make a big appearance again, and it's if you need to make it. Gemini Pearl because he's not an effect monster, even though he's an XZ, which is pretty busted since the idea that he's not an effect monster, you can make him, and just get rid of 2 level 4s, but you now have 8 levels on field, so you make him to get down to 0 levels of effects monsters. And then Diamond Dire just to get rid of some trouble cards that you need to get rid of, and like again it's there just because if you need to make it. So that's it for the extra deck. And then real quick with the side deck, it's pretty little simple stuff. It's 2 End of Anubis because it stops Satellarknights. It's really good against them because it stops their Altera plays. It's basically like Necro Valley on legs in attack, So it's really good against them and some other decks. Burning Abyss too, like it stops their Sir plays from going off and whatnot. So it's really good. A Jinzo because it's gonna be a very trap heavy format. So it's good to keep them in. It's good to keep him in because, like I said, it's going to be a very trap-heavy format. So with him in there, it just completely makes them forces them to have to get rid of the Jinzo. Sure, it's a level 6 effect monster on field, but that's fine because I'd rather have him on field and have at least 1 more Inferno monster and you not be able to use your traps. This is coming out. That was for the Jin. But Shaddolls, it can work against Shaddolls because before damage calculation, it shuffles it back to the deck. So it's good against their Falcos or their Beast plays. So that way they don't draw their cards, they don't return their construct or their window or whatever. So it's okay. I'm pretty sure I'll keep it in because like I said, Shaddolls will make a definitely come back up. Kaiko for the same reason to deal inflict damage. banish their Shaddoll fusions, banish their core, banish their El Shaddols. Something that's gonna efficiently help them banish it. 2 Chaos Hunter for the mirror match, or for any other deck. Not any other deck, but Necrons, I guess. So that way, if they have no monsters on field when they do their mirror search, it stops them. And like I said, the mirror match, it prevents them from banishing. 3 MST, because I side out the Cyclones, because Iron Wall is a real card, and that card just shuts this deck down. So MST, because you can't banish your Cyclone if an Iron Wall is face up, because you can't banish. So that's a pretty good downfall with Cyclones, but those go inside of them. 1 Dark Hole, just for like more field clearance if I need it. 2 Fiendish Griefing, just because all the Infernos are fiends, and it's good against BA. It's good against BA just as good as it is how they use it. And then 2 Fairy Winds for Cleese. The MSTs as well for Cleese, because the scout effects and whatnot. So Fairy Winds just for more clearing of their spells and traps, and making them lose life points for it. And of course you lose life points yourself, but you'll be fine. By the time you have to use it, if you get to use it, you should have game already with this deck. Thanks, guys. Thank you again.